What's up? If you guys saw the thumbnail, which you obviously must have, you probably recognize any of the three guys, the three gentlemen that are featured in the thumbnail. James Matthews, Daniel Schiffer, and Peter Lindgren. These are guys that I watch very frequently on YouTube, and they are 100% of the inspiration behind this video. So very quick backstory. I think it was James that first made one of these like little handheld BTS segment video B-roll things. Him and his friends were making some kind of a booze drink, and they filmed it all up close, and it was really cool. The next one was Daniel Schiffer. He makes tons of just really inspirational content. The one video that really got me going was his buddy or somebody that he knows putting grip tape on a skateboard. It was just like out of this world for its time. And then Peter Lindgren is the last guy. He's from Sweden, makes really cool content. He did one of like this guy playing poker, and it was, you know what? I'm done talking about it. Check them out in the links because it's definitely worth it. So because I made the video with tips from the guys that I just mentioned, I don't want to tell you what they told me because that just seems like a kind of a weird way to go about it. But instead of kind of trying to like reiterate what they talk about, I figured it would be better to share my experience and what a newcomer to this whole like handheld B-roll world thinks of trying to copy someone like them. That was a weird way to start this, but let's just get right into it. So first of all, it's easier and way harder than it looks to make something like this. Easier if you have the right gear. I shoot on an A7 III along with my Sigma 24mm f1.4. The entire video was shot between like f1.4 and 1.8. If you don't know camera stuff, that just means that like the area that's in focus is really small, which means that the background or foreground gets really blurry. Kind of like this, like I'm in focus, but that isn't. Same idea. Now that said, you really don't need that kind of gear. It's just easy to lean on it because it makes everything just look like sexy, I guess. But James Matthews, as an example, used a like super old, cheap Canon EFS lens for his video, and his turned out like way better than mine, so what do I know? So where the real difficulty comes in is trying to match like your pacing with the subject's pacing. So because these videos, a lot of the aesthetic that comes from it is like the camera movement. For me, it was difficult to try to match my camera movement with my girlfriend Taylor, the subject, trying to do all the stuff that she had to be doing, right? So that combined with the fact that you're trying to focus manually, you're trying to make sure the shot is steady, you're trying to make sure that your movement is intentional, like you're not whipping this way and then whipping the other way. That was tricky for me. The way that we worked around it was we just did a lot of takes. Basically, that's it. So the Sriracha shot, the one where she has the bottle and she like squeezes it and it kind of comes out in slow-mo, that shot was great, but it took us 6 tries. And if you know anything about Sriracha, if you put like a lot of it into your food, it gets pretty spicy. We're not very good with spicy food. So after 2 failed attempts, we just like swapped out the bowl of the actual like crab mayo mixture with an empty bowl. We dumped Sriracha into the empty bowl another 4 times, and the last one was the one that worked. And go. That was a way better take than the second one. Yeah, way better. So using like a little bit of foresight, I knew that if I filmed from a low angle, you guys wouldn't be able to tell that the bowl is empty, and that way we didn't have crazy, spicy Sriracha crab mayo sushi rolls. That's a lot of words. So the takeaway for this one was definitely to be creative with your set, to take a lot of attempts if you need to, and remember that the audience doesn't always know everything, so you can kind of lead them in a certain direction and then do a little switcheroo, and it works out pretty good, I would say. The next thing to mention is to have a song chosen ahead of time. So when you're making this kind of video, as you probably saw, the song plays a really big component, right? You're cutting the actual clips to the beat and the pace of the song. So if you don't have a good song chosen, it can be hard to like visualize it, and it's hard to know what speed to do your movements and everything. So definitely choose one ahead of time. So as you can probably imagine, this is a really good moment to tell you about how this video is sponsored by like Epidemic Sound or MusicBed, and it's not actually. I used Artlist for my music sourcing, but I'm not sponsored by them. I just like what they have to offer. So because I'm not sponsored by Artlist, I don't feel like I have to mention that they have a huge list of music inventory. For a $16 a month charge, you can use all of it in your videos, but also in your clients' videos. So for me, in previous subscription music packages I've been with, you download a song, you pay your 15 to 20 bucks a month, and you can use it on like your channel. But if you want to use it on like a client's channel, you have to pay more money so that they can license it. And if you have like more than 3 clients, it gets really expensive. Once again, because this video is not sponsored, I don't have to tell you that Artlist does not operate that way. You pay your single subscription fee, you add their channel URL to a little like safe zone thing on their website, and then that's it. So that wasn't a sponsored segment, but if it was, wasn't that like a really smooth way to get that in there? I don't know. Artlist, if you're watching, hit me up, because I like your stuff and let's work together. Okay, choose a song. Moving on to the third and final thing that I've learned was that it's all about trial and error. If you're someone who's trying to learn how to get better at filmmaking or taking pictures or whatever the thing is, it can be really like enticing to just go on YouTube and just binge, right? But you don't learn a lot. At least I don't learn a lot. I found that the best way to get better at something like this is to take maybe like 10 or 15, maybe even 20% of like your allocated time, dedicated to like learning and getting inspired and all those things, and then spend the rest of it doing it, because you will learn so much more by doing, as I did in making this video. That's about it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down below with a big fat like, maybe even drop a comment if you're feeling kind of frisky. If you really want to get weird, you can subscribe, and that's about it. I hope to catch you guys in the next video. Take it easy. So I like doing these little things at the end where I just keep talking for a minute, because I don't ever feel like I'm really done when I've gotten into the flow. I totally cheated on the last shot, the one where the sushi comes into frame and it's all smooth and everything. That was not a handheld shot. I used my Rhino Rove slider for that one. So it wasn't handheld. I didn't do that shot handheld, but I think it was worth it because the shot was like really good, at least in my opinion. Now the actual goodbye is here, so thank you for watching. Peace.